Yo guys, Master Markov here, and welcome to another episode with Don't Starve Terraria content crossover update. Now, I have found that we need yet another item from the corruption, and since we are still on the constant, it is time for us to summon ourselves a new pet. Now, this may or may not take a while for us to get. It is a 1 in 200 chance, but I believe it is literally any, and I mean any, corruption/crimson biome enemy that can drop this. So, while it may take a while, again, the constant usually helps with a lot of the actual drop rates and spawn stuff for most of these items. Aha! Perfect. And now we've just gotten 2 of them, which is good for us. Now, we have ourselves the new pet summon item, which I was kind of surprised yet again that this was not the bird stalk pet, but we have monster meat, and with it comes a pigman. Now this pigman is basically the pig people that you see, or pigmen, as some people like to say. It's kind of stolen from Minecraft. Iffy on that. It's usually the trading pigmen, which I have to say, now I think about it, now that they could trade, maybe they stole it from Don't Starve. And while these guys have their own little huts, it's kind of nice to see a tiny cute one, well, cute might be a strong term, that flies around with you. Well, I'm not even sure what its flying animation is. Oh, that's a great flying animation. It just goes with the little umbrella. So, now that we've done that, off to the next new item that I want to showcase. Alright, now the next thing we're going to need is going to be something that we may or may not actually be able to get while we're in this world, but hopefully the corruption hasn't spread too far. But, for now, we are going to need to figure out where in this world the jungle lies. Alright, perfect. Now, with this, we are going to need to increase our spawn rate yet again, because... Ooh! Man, they really come out of the woodworks, don't they? We need some derplings. Aha! And with that, we should have the last pet. Back home! Glommer's Flower. So, this summons a little pet Glommer from, yet again, Don't Starve. Of course, I love how this one looks. It's a lot cuter than the last one's. I have to say, I really love the animation for it. It's cool, it already flies, and, you know, despite the fact that it has no purpose like, say, Chester, of course, does, it's still one of the cooler pets from Don't Starve. Well, one of the cooler, I guess, Bob from Don't Starve. Alright, now also to speed up a little bit of this process, we do need one more pet from a new world, and, unfortunately, that world is going to have to be one of the celebration worlds, because we need the princess to spawn in. And I would also like for people to see the actual new look for some of the celebration worlds and some of the secret world seeds. So let's do celebration MK10. Alright, now we have ourselves another celebration Mark 10 world. And with it, we're going to need some of the people here. I don't believe we should actually need, like, any of the stuff from most any of the people. We need the stuff from the princess. One of them being Bernie's button. Because this is one of the new things specifically and only from this specific seed that we could get for the Don't Starve stuff. We now have Bernie's button, which is a tiny little bear. It's kind of cute, I gotta say. It's really nice to actually see. So, I'm going to teleport back to... Oh, right, I forgot spawn is actually here. And we need to craft a few things. Alright, so, some of the things we are going to need are going to be rotten chunks, yes I know, a few frogs, and we're just going to need a nice little cooking pot down here. Now, you're used to the usual sauteed frog legs, but we also have the Froggle Bun Witch, which is actually yet another, as you could obviously tell, food item that is made in the cooking system in Don't Starve. So, it's major improvements to all stats. I believe it's the same as a Golden Delight, in fact, which is kind of surprising because this is essentially a cheaper Golden Delight. Same, we also have Monster Lasagna, which is yet another thing we could craft. It's a medium improvements to all stats. and it tastes like hairs, meats, and noodles. And it's, you shouldn't really make it, because it's usually made with specifically monster meat, and monster meat, shouldn't actually ever be eaten. In Don't Starve, it's, like, very much a thing that you should not ever give to your characters, and it usually, will kill you if you try to eat it. Now, what we are going to need is a anvil over here. Let's get a workbench down over here. And we're going to need a bit of topaz, and of course your choice of Crimatine or Demonite for the bars. Yink. And we could make ourselves a Magiluminescence. Basically increases my movement speed, acceleration, provides light, and ooh, I even got a quick variety. Who would have thunk it? And I even got lucky. Wow, I am. Maybe I should keep that one. It is lucky. So this one basically provides light in absolute darkness and increases your movement speed. It's mostly good for the constant world so that you're not having to carry torches constantly. And a brief light in my dark life is pretty nice. Now, I know you could also craft, though I'm not sure necessarily how. You could craft a garland as well, but I'm not sure how in the world you actually can get it. I think it's just it might be multiple flowers in material that you have to actually use. Okay, yes, of course. I almost forgot. The one thing I'm missing from every single thing. Blink root. Now, once you have one of each of them, there are two separate things. You could apparently craft it in your hand and also at a workbench. It's very odd. But it seems that they just changed the order of some of them. I'm not sure if this was a intentional glitch or what. I'm just going to make one of these and see what it says. And then make one of these and see what it says. Nope, they both appear to be and do the same thing, which is kind of surprising. But now we can give ourselves a nice little flower hat. Which normally, when actually done, it should give you a little bit more sanity in the actual game, but since this is currently in Terraria, no benefit is really gained from it. Now, we are also going to need a loom, and with a little bit of silk, we should be able to make some of the new Vanity stuff that is also here. Now, one of them being the Gentleman's Vest and the Gentleman's Trousers. This is essentially the Wilson set. Now, honestly, I really enjoy how this one looks, and it's really nice, because we also have the Firestarter sweater and the Firestarter shirt. Or skirt, I should say. And both of these are for the Willow set for Don't Starve. Now, honestly, I really am enjoying seeing half of the Don't Starve stuff. It's so cool to just finally get back into the game and see how many things have changed, how many differences there are in the world now have been made because of specifically just the Don't Starve stuff. Now, one new thing that it is going to take quite a while for us, unfortunately, to get one of the various things from the Don't Starve world is going to be paintings. Paintings is going to be a long thing to get, because, unfortunately, all of the paintings that are in Don't Starve are sold by the Traveling Merchant exclusively. So, that does mean that I believe we could do it in our own world. So, let's hop out of here and hop back to our own reality. Alright, now, the next item we're going to need, and the last one we're going to be showcasing, is the Gentleman's Beard, which we actually get from the shop from the hairstylist. Now, it is basically a facial hair vanity item that we could equip to ourselves, and is hairstyle that tends to grow over time. We can equip this to actually let it grow. We could either put it in, vanity slots, or actually have it equipped in order for it to grow. Plus, not only was that added, I believe, I don't know how far down it actually is, but they did add there it is, Don't Starve hairstyles for both Wilson and Willow. Actually, before I do that, I should probably figure out what my actual current hairstyle is. But at least convenient that they have them all the way at the bottom, though, for both of these two. So it's pretty easy to find, just in case for later reference. Ah, and mine's all the way at the top. Shoot. Alright, so this is what I actually look like with all the Wilson hair on. Actually, I should probably put the gentleman's suit on. Oh, and it would help if it wasn't dyed. There we go. See? Now I actually kind of look like Wilson. I kind of like that they have that. Oh, I always keep forgetting I even have the butterfly wings on as well. But this is actually a pretty cool vanity look, and it's nice that they give you the option for it. Alright, now that we have the beard, we also have 3 different stages of the gentleman's beard. And because of that, it grows into 2 separate other items. It grows into the gentleman's long beard and then the gentleman's magnificent beard. Now, unfortunately, because it's still too early to actually tell, I'm not sure if this is based on in-game time or if it's based on actual time past in-game, how many days in-game, or if it's real time. So we're going to try and put the slider up, try and make time go as fast as possible, and see what happens.
1 nap later.
Okay, well, that took way too freaking long for this to actually work. I can't even imagine. Finally, I have the long beard. So, yes, indeed, the beards, as you can see, do grow. And apparently it takes 12 minutes for the actual beard to grow. There's one more length that it can grow, but it needs another 12 minutes to grow again to another full space, and then it'll become the gentleman's magnificent beard. And it doesn't require the in-game time to be sped up. I realize this now, but apparently it's 12 in real-life minutes, not in-game minutes, just for those who don't know. So eventually, you can get yourself a magnificent beard, but the amount of time it takes, I don't think we're gonna wait that long for the video. Alright, with that, we're gonna be ending it off here. So, that is, so far, all of the current items that exist in 1.4.3 that have been added with the Don't Starve crossover update. Now, honestly, huge fan of both games. Very, very glad that they decided to do this crossover. It was a collaboration just made with tons of love, tons of care. I love the new soundtrack for the new songs that they have, specifically for the Deer Class boss. I love that they have so many of the specific items that I think every single Terrarian just would love to enjoy. Chester being a fan favorite, of course, and I hope to actually see more updates like this in the future. I mean, I know that they already have Old One's Army and this now, being 2 of the biggest crossovers, and quite a few references to other games already in the game. But seeing Journey's End really be the true finale for Terraria after 10 years, it's still hard to believe. And with the project more than likely not being a Terraria 2 or Terraria Otherworld, it's just hard to fathom. And for all we know, this could be the last Terraria update we ever get. So, for now, if you guys like this video, like, comment, subscribe down below. Go check out the rest of the Terraria Journey's End updates and the entirety of the Terraria Journey's End playthrough that I've been doing on my channel in this current drunk world on Journeyman Master Mode. And I hope to see you guys next time with more Terraria. Peace!